You're welcome. I'm mostly awake. Love that. Thank you. Go get
Write some words, Catherine.
You got it, Jess.
They will be good for me because she's my CP, so.
Hello, good morning, welcome. It is Capture the Words weekend, which is a super fun event happening for the first time. It is Jessica leading the Deadline League and author Anne Sophie leading the Prorcasti-Nation, which is what I am a part of. I'm going to show you the handy dandy little spreadsheet they made because it's so cute. And then we're actually in the middle of a sprint. The second sprint, I've just woken up. I'm already like procrastinator strong. Let me first add my 0 words to start and my 0 words gained on the first sprint that I was not here for. Now we're on track. So basically they had this really cute part where you could pledge your loyalty to one of the teams. The Deadline League is all about showing your dedication to words. Our team will slay the opposition, bury them in an avalanche of prose, or you know, we'll just have some fun and feed the gremlins after midnight. Who knows? Prorcasti-Nation has lots of plans to beat the Deadline League during Capture the Words. We'll get started right after we've read our previous scene and set up our column and spreadsheet and gotten a drink of water. Maybe a quick snuggle with our cute team mascot Rock. Oh, and we can't forget to give him a snack. Speaking of snacks, should we get one? You can see why I enjoyed what I did. Actually, any other weekend I might have been part of the Deadline League. Not only is my wonderful CP, Jessica, at the Hex Library leading it, but like, you know, it's nice to be trying to get them, and I am trying to get the words. But also, it's the Belgian GP this weekend, and I'm a little sleepy. It is, however, the last little bit of camp, so I'm gonna do my best both during these streams, but also in the between and after streams. Haha. Especially as Anne is in Europe and Jessica's in the States. And so to make it the best time for everyone, I think the streams actually end at like 3 p.m. But after 3 on a weekend is like prime writing time for me, so. Okay, I've procrastinated enough. It's time to write. Ooh. I'm about to write a cauldron-related death, which I'm very excited for. My poor character that I've created is going to die. That's upsetting, but that's for the sake of the story. And I'm really excited because this doesn't just propel Eva to being like, oh shit, it's not just that I found this cauldron. It's that like there's a fucking curse that's been like activated. Like it's doing shit. And do I report it? Do I not? And so there's this kind of like, oh no, we're thrown into like we're thrown a curveball, I guess. But also we then get to meet Eva's mom, who's basically like a version of a police chief for the magical side of the area, and she's covering basically the thing found at the mayor's manor. So now not only with that, we have it getting out that there was a death at the mayor's manor. We're just, this really like, we went, this is where the stakes were. This is pretty high, my shoulder, where I'm sitting. And then it went, okay, time for coffee. I love this comment from Kit Wright's Photography. Team Procrastinate need to start procrastinating and living up to their name. If they don't, that is hypocritical and could lead to Anne being brought to a court of law for false advertising. Also, oh, there's my dog. I got a little cart to put all of my current WIPs on. A different kind of WIP. Very excited. We're getting to the point where there's sections of this that I can actually not copy paste, but I can pull up the old zero draft and basically just rewrite a little bit. I changed the tint, so I have to rewrite it completely. But yeah, it only needs a little bit of rewriting. So I think I'll be going faster once I get to that point. All right, I got 6:46 that sprint. I did just have to finish. I left off here and then I needed to get to the very end. It is about time to feed my little animal. Oh my god. Honestly, anywhere is a good place to sit. I need to feed them and then I need to practice some waffle making. So it might be a bit before I get back to this, but Feels so good having finished that. What I need to do is actually, before I can say that chapter 7's done, I need to go back to this part right here and add a little bit in. Just change a little bit. My partner and I have started doing it themed F1 weekends. So based on the location that the F1 race takes place in, we started to try and like find recipes or come up with like fun food or drink items that we can have during the race or just as a whole over the weekend. It has been a freaking blast. Unfortunately, this sprint was postponed by a little bit, so I did have some time to like do my little, you know, New York Times games, my little word games. Got to get some crocheting in, which was really nice. And then, you know, I was finally getting to watch the race. So, you know, just doing my best to be part of the Prorcasti-Nation, an active citizen. Whoops, time to reheat. That's better. Now it is just before noon. Let's see, I feel like we probably already switched to Jess's stream in 30 minutes. Perfect, so that means I can get a little bit of time in. And with a full belly, I now feel like I can have a full Belgian breakfast with our Texas waffles. I think what I'm gonna do is go back to that scene, insert what I need, and then hopefully by the time the stream starts, I'll be able to start chapter 8. Woo! Oh my god, I love this. What? This is amazing. This stream is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Not only for a reveal, but also Jess and I just getting brutally attacked. But also, guess what? I got my holo taco! Oh, it's heavy. And now that I have the holo, how am I supposed to write? I am up 1,576 words on the day. It's honestly been so chill that I didn't even realize, which is the way I like it. I'm not gonna paint them this sprint, but I am gonna open the box. The plus side is that this nail polish company I like always has like a limited edition thing come out right around my birthday, and so it is my birthday gift to myself. I got some very pretty random shades and this collection box that looks like a VHS. Look at how wonderful that is. Oh, it's so cute. Play, pause, paint. Woo! I'm so excited. But alas, the sprint has started, so I need to get to writing. Okay, I have this little space right here that I am having trouble filling. I basically need her and her mom to go back and forth a little bit more, and her mom to basically shut her down, which is why she doesn't fully share the information of the cauldron. Besides for a couple other reasons we've actually set up earlier in the story, now that it has like killed someone or she suspects killed someone, her mom just shuts it down. But I need that back and forth to be a little bit tighter. Some barbs to be exchanged. It's not a great relationship, it's a little strained, and we need to play on that. So I think I just need to percolate. And also paint my nails. But first, I keep having to do extra math. So I'm at 2,613. The last bit I loved was 1,778. Oh, I got a lot. Minus 260. Crushing it. Okay, 835 for this one. I technically wrote a little bit while they were just chatting, so that's probably why. 835. Yay! I do love all the various animals. Neon cat. Dragon, kiwi. Oh, I have no idea what this one is. A quokka. If I click it, will it tell me? No, it just tells me what they've been. What the fuck's a quokka? Must satiate curiosity. Oh! Wait, I have seen these before. A small macropod about the size of a domestic cat. Oh, I'm so happy. Right, I kept hoping the answer would come to me as I cooked. It did not. As I took a break, it did not. So now we're here and it is like 7 p.m. I have made a fun little strawberry lemonade and it is time to see. It is time to finally just stare at the screen and see if I can get this done. Or should I move on to the next chapter? No. No. I'm gonna try and get this done. If I can't get it done today, frankly, I'll skip it, but like, I feel like in my heart I should be able to do it. It's really only like 4 lines. I just need some like specific sort of banter. And normally that part comes the easiest to me is dialogue, but for some reason it's not, and that's making me a little bit worried that maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe it's just this kind of day where the banter doesn't want to come. It's fine. Let's do this. Let's do this. Those flashing lights are going to be way too much. I'll turn it off right now. Oh, so sad. Okay. Cheers to me. I did it. I love that as my strawberry seeps in more to the lemonade, it gets more pink. Okay. Just have a video, it's fine. Oh, I was watching Lizelle's. I paused part of the way through because it was informative and I needed to make a post to share it with people. But she basically broke down this bindery books I'm seeing everywhere, and I only saw it because I follow some booktubers and bookstagrammers, and they are running their own imprint. I'm gonna link Lizelle's video down below because it was really interesting. So anyways, yes, that is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be getting the words in, but I feel good finally having that scene done. I'm going to go ahead and, what's the next one I need to work on? Did I get all of my notes done? I did. Okay. It is going to be a long chapter, so having said that, I might not do it. We're moving back to her condo, and basically the ex has the information too late. He's figured out that what the cauldron kind of has been used for. Not everything, but he just pieced together that like, oh, this is gonna kill some people. And he's like, oh my god, I thought it killed you. And she's like, not me, but it has killed someone else. And you see like a little bit of their back and forth that's really fun. There's no intention of them getting back together, but that also adds an extra layer of fun. So you still kind of see the old connection that they had, but you also see all the reasons they didn't work. And also amongst that, they're working together to try and figure out more clues. And she has a pet bat and she gets to see him, and it's very fun. But it's gonna be long. Do I have it in me? Do I have it in me? I don't know. Before I close out of this, I need y'all to know that despite adding a whole extra like memory scene relevant to what was happening, and I think add some depth, but like I only added 46 words. I added so much and then deleted so much, and like it did seamlessly flow eventually. 46 words, which is basically what I thought it was going to be in the first place. So now I get to come over here and add my 46 words after stream. And I just wanted to point out that I had like 3 palindrome. How? It's fascinating. Okay, I think good night. Instead of starting my Sunday with words, I started it with the GP. It was at 8 a.m. We had since perfected our compote and our homemade whipped cream. It was so good. Then I took a bath in what looked like the blood of my enemies and continued reading Heartstopper. And for the final bit of celebration, this was a Belgian beer. This one was pretty good. You know what? It was a celebratory thing. It was very fun. Will I be getting it again? Probably not, but you know what? I enjoyed it. Thank you. I still have a little bit more of my Belgian beer. And I did get to add an entire scene. I'm working on Project Death this time. So I basically turned this scene green, and now I need to work on this scene, this chapter. That's worth noting. I have this base coat that just doesn't work with my like nail chemistry or whatever. And so all of them are peeling off. I'm sure the long bath did not help, but it's fine. We have a sprint going now, and it's time to freaking buckle in. This one is a little bit more drafting than revision, but I'm excited to expand upon what I originally had. That's a fun little end to the sprint. Nice little thunder. This is when I have to check what everyone else is on so I can add the zeros to mine. Okay, people are filling in this one or the next one. Hard to tell. Which sprint was this? I think it must be this one. I'm gonna go 169. Okay. I actually like the angle I'm going with this. It's a little bit unexpected. It's always fun when I don't have these things planned. Like I'll just have on my list to do where I'm like, okay, you gotta do this, this, and this. And then I can kind of just make up what this, and this is, especially for a new scene like this. So I'm hoping that once I get all that sorted, I do have, let's see, 1,765 words total for this scene and this chapter. We'll see where it ends up, but it should get me a chunk more. Okay, people like this idea. I love this, Michael. I was telling them on the stream I already have my Halloween rugs out. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think she'd like you to see that, but yes,
Okay. Me and Vin have a little bit more writing to do. I have this part at the very end of the chapter that I'm basically completely drafting, and so that's what I'm working on right now. I did bridge the gaps between part of the chapter. It's sort of montage-esque where it's like this happens this day and dun dun dun. And so I think I got that part done. It's just this next little bit, which is going to be quite fun because I didn't have this in the story before. That's why it's new draft words, but also like even elsewhere in the draft, it was not covered why the cousin is one of the first that we see killed by the house. So we're aware of is killed by the house. And so as Twelvy's sort of questioning if she even wants to be part of this apprenticeship, but also feeling like she doesn't really have a choice. She's just asking some more questions here and there, and this is one that she didn't ask last time, but like totally makes sense as a question to ask, and I think the reader would have this as a question. I'm hoping what I can do is that I can answer part of something and also open up a couple more questions to keep people intrigued. So answer one, maybe two more, or new questions are formed. So let's see if we can do it. Okay. I did it. I'm saying I did it. There are actually gaps in this. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. Let's change this to, I need something for like more research basically. We'll do a cog for now. Although the cog usually means just rework it for me, but I guess I gotta. Basically, I just need to research exactly how to make armor. The armorer is trying to teach her how to make armor. So it's basically like he's trying to teach her how to be an apprentice for both this and within the house. And he's just kind of mixing his metaphors and kind of having a little bit of fun with it. But I need to know enough to like actually mix the metaphors for it to make sense. Anyways, yeah, so I just need to do a little bit more research than I've done as a whole, but like especially for this scene, I need to do some pretty in-depth research, I would say. But the actual structure of this chapter now is awesome. I don't want to say it's one of my favorite chapters. It's not done, so I don't want to say that, but I think the content of it is really fun. I succeeded in doing the thing where I asked two more questions because Twelvy's at this point where she's like, I can't tell him that I have this skill because what would the house do if they knew? So she basically outright says the thing, which is awesome. And also because they're kind of bantering a lot back and forth, they're also talking more deeply back and forth in this chapter, and she's basically asking him like, who was your first kill, kind of, and he asks her the question, and we as a reader do not know it yet either, and she completely ducks it. And so that question is again brought more to the forefront. So I'm basically making a promise that I will answer these questions, which is fun. Success. I also love a chapter where I can just have a lot of banter back and forth. Okay. Now the question is, I technically wrote 1,176 words, but I have been revising the shit out of these words. And I'd already revised a little bit before. So what we're gonna do is. I think that was for my first chapter of the day that I finished, and this one was for the work in this chapter. So 2,619 words for the whole chapter. Minus 169 minus 728. $1,722. And after stream. Yay! Okay, so I got 3,695 for the whole of today. That is awesome. And 6,354 words for the entirety of this weekend. Yay! Let's see, I have been a little bit nosy trying to find out how the stats are going. Nosy, that's why they have them here. Oh my god, it's so close. Okay, and I did what I could by inputting my words here. Oh, wow. Those averages. 5,002 versus 5,087. Also though, holy shit. Holy shit. 5,000 words on average for everyone who competed. Like that's... This is awesome. This was so much fun. I'll wrap up this vlog tomorrow, but my poor dogs, it is a little bit after time to feed them, so I will chat with y'all then. Hello, good morning. I pulled up the stats again. I think that there's still like plenty of time for people to input their stats because this Capture the Words event was gonna go until the very like midnight of 11:59 p.m. of your time zone. So people had a bunch of time to get in some more words, and they did. So I will either link down below or I'll let, you know, Jess and share how all of it concluded. Who the winner was, a reveal moment. But I thought this was just so fun and it was very needed for me. You guys actually can't see it, but I still have the air mattress out from when my brother stayed, my friends stayed, and I was gone for like 4 days this past week, and it was just kind of a whirlwind and in some ways like unexpected things popping up. I got a migraine, lingered, not fun. I had faced this thing where I desperately wanted to write, but I couldn't get myself to sit down for a long enough period of time to do that. And so I got a little bit of words and work in fully on, I think, Thursday and Friday. And then I got this event where I got so many more words, and I also feel rejuvenated. I have been trying to take weekends as like a chill break time, the way that maybe weekends should be, but also letting myself do fun challenges when it comes up. And I think being part of the Prorcasti-Nation really helped with that. I feel so excited to get to the next chapter of Project Death and the next chapter of A Closet Full of Cauldrons, which is awesome. That's kind of the best case scenario for these kind of challenges. And a 6K weekend is freaking awesome in my book. Honestly, 6K in 2 days in general is incredible. That is like, that's good. That is, I'm rocking it. So to get it on a weekend where I also felt very relaxed and got to do some crochet, got to take my bath, got to read, got to watch the GP, got to make some themed foods. My continued goal of learning how to cook is actually kind of working out with having sort of themed things. I am excited to make a version of Jessica's pumpkin cupcake. I think I'm actually gonna do like a copycat Starbucks pumpkin muffin because they don't have them out yet as of this filming. And I desperately wanted one the other day, and so I was like, I could just make it myself. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm filming this wrap up on July 31st, so like a day after the challenge, and hopefully a day before this goes live. So on my agenda for the day is submitting to the July Drabble. Have a couple of ideas, but I'm really pushing it to the end again. Accidentally, a lot of things got pushed this month, and you know, this feels like progress from last year, and especially the year before, where when that happens, it's like, it's okay. Sometimes it has to happen, you know, versus kicking myself for like, I brought my notebook while I was on my trip with my friend. It's like, just in case I write, but I think previously I would have been like, I can't believe it didn't get any words in. Like, do a journal entry. And now I'm like, well, that's fine. You know, I brought it so that I could, and I have had times where I do end up writing a lot, but it's nice to not feel that pressure, even with Camp NaNoWriMo, even with having not won in a few years. I actually need to add up all the words I have gotten. I have not entered any in the website in a while. I don't think I'm gonna win, but today is a big push day, and I also have my experiment running and just a lot of things I'm really excited about. And I think I'm able to be so excited because I had this event and felt, you know, so content and positive about it along the journey and afterwards. So yay. Please do comment down below. Let me know if you watch Jess and Anne. You should be. Both of them are continuing to do all sorts of awesome events that they are organizing, which takes so much effort, but that gives so many of us so much joy. So the community that it's fostered, even as I am in and out of it, is so wonderful. So do please go check out what they have upcoming. Let me know if this sort of like head-to-head competition style, as relaxed as it was, is the kind of thing that propels you to write more. There's something about writing where oftentimes, not that it needs to be a competition with ourselves, but in a lot of ways it is sort of like a race against yourself to do things. Does making it a competitive element against others help you? Sometimes, you know, maybe the same thing with setting a deadline with a friend. Jess and I have set and got roasted for moving our deadline, but we're gonna try and meet up in person so that we can exchange our drafts. That worked really well last time to like get them done, get to talk about it in person, get to brainstorm. So we deserve the roasting. But yeah, let me know what sort of community elements help you in this like kind of solitary activity that writing can be. That is going to be it for me. Thank you once again to Jess and Anne for organizing all of this. Thank you for everyone who helped push me along the way. And thank you especially to some of my new patrons this month. Friar Vargas, Lucia, Mina V, Samantha Ferry, Seable, Jordan Claire Middleton, Jasmine, Michelle Chun Leroy, Julia Sandstrom, Ian Blackwell, Jess Fee, thanks, Laurel, Leanne, and Danny B. And I will see you all very soon with a new video. Bye!